Hello and welcome to Lakewood Next Daily Devotions. Happy Tuesday. In today's text, we're in Matthew chapter 20, and Jesus has just told his disciples for the third time that he is going to be betrayed, mocked, whipped, and crucified. It's a hard moment. But then this moment is broken by a request from the mother of James and John. We're going to pick it up in Matthew chapter 20, starting in verse 20. Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came up to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked him for something. And he said to her, "What do you want?" And she said to him, "Say these two sons of mine are to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in your kingdom." Jesus has just finished telling them about his death. This request almost feels a little tone deaf. So he gives them this bad news. And then the response to that is that James's and John's mom starts jockeying for her sons to have the best seats in the kingdom of heaven. And I had a hard time understanding this until my kids started playing baseball. See, Eli is on a team, my son Eli, and he's a servant at heart, and I love his heart. But there was this time where they were playing, and the coach would send some kids out to play, and someone would always have to sit on the bench. And so Eli wouldn't necessarily volunteer to be on the bench, but he definitely wouldn't try to elbow his way onto the field. And so what happened is, for a couple of innings, he just kind of sat on the bench. He didn't really get to do anything. And I'll be honest, between my wife and I, we wanted to stand in his place, and we wanted to start, elbowing the coach and saying, "Hey, send my son in." We wanted to see him go out on the field. We want good things for our kids. We want our kids to experience success. So I get the mother's response, but look at Jesus' response in Matthew 20, starting in verse 22. He says, "Jesus answered, 'You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am to drink?' They said to him, 'We are able.' And he said to them, 'You will drink my cup. But to sit at my right hand and at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those whom it has been prepared by my Father.' And when the 10 heard it, they were indignant with the two brothers." I actually do like that all the disciples kind of then turn on James and John. But Jesus called them and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, that their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you. But whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave, even as the Son of Man came, not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." It's interesting. Jesus doesn't rebuke the request for greatness here, but he does redefine greatness. He says whoever wants to be great must be a servant. He doesn't give thrones, he gives crosses. Luke 9:23 says, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me." So Jesus points them to the way of suffering that they are asking to follow him on, and then he points to himself. He says, even the Son of Man didn't come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. Greatness in the kingdom of God is not climbing the social ladder. It's stooping low. Greatness is found, or it's not found, in position, but in service. It's serving behind the scenes. It's washing feet. It's laying down your rights out of love. But this is revolutionary. In God's kingdom, downward is upward. Leaders are servants. The greatest is the least. And so Jesus invites us not to just follow his teaching, but to follow his example, laying down our lives, our reputations, and our pride. So if I can give you a challenge today, it's this. Look at your lives and ask how you define greatness. And then, how does that compare to the measure of greatness in the kingdom? Be blessed today.